Good morning, students. Today we will move on to the last subtopic of this particular chapter, that is nutrition in animals. So today we will be studying about nutrition in ruminants. A ruminant is an animal that digests its food in two steps. Let's try to understand what are these two steps. The ruminants first swallow food and regurgitate. Regurgitate means bringing back the food, bringing back the partially digested food once again to the mouth. That is the meaning of regurgitation. A semi-digested form known as cud. Now, once the food is swallowed, we see the food is partially digested and then it is regurgitated. It means it is brought back, and that food that is brought back to the mouth is known as cud. Then they chew the cud thoroughly. In the mouth, once they regurgitate the food, in the mouth they once again chew the cud. This process is called rumination. Example, cattle, goats, sheep, etc. All ruminants are herbivores. A ruminant stomach has 4 chambers. In human beings, it is only one chambered. Stomach is only one chambered, whereas in ruminants it is 4 chambered. Let's look into those 4 chambers. Rumen, this is the largest chamber and is used for storing food. The swallowed food first goes here and is partially digested into cud. So I was telling you previously with respect to cud. So cud is being formed here. It is partially digested, the food, and cud is being formed. And it is a largest chamber and it is used for storing the food also. Next chamber is reticulum. Looks like a honeycomb. You would have definitely seen a honeycomb on the branch of the tree, something like this. So it looks like this. Reticulum looks like a honeycomb. It returns a cud back to the mouth for rumination. After rumination, the food is swallowed again and digested further. Now, reticulum, here what happens is the cud, it returns a cud back to the mouth. And finally, this food is swallowed again because it has to be digested further. Next, moving on to omasum. The third chamber is omasum. This is the smallest chamber where excess water is absorbed. Obomasum. This is a true stomach where gastric juices are secreted to aid digestion. Here we see gastric juices are being secreted, which has got the presence of enzyme, which helps to break down the food further. Now from the stomach it enters the small intestine, and from small intestine it enters the large intestine. Now cecum over here, can you look at the spelling? C-A-E-C-U-M. The cecum is a part of the large intestine. Now cecum has got the presence of cellulose digesting bacteria and protozoa. Now what do? They bring about the digestion of cellulose. Cellulose are found in plants. These are fibers. Now to break down these fibers, you need the help of bacteria and protozoa. And where are they present? They are present in cecum. And they are in symbiotic association. Now what do I mean by this? It simply means that the ruminants are providing shelter to the bacteria and protozoa. And what is a bacteria and protozoa doing to the ruminants? They are helping in breakdown of cellulose. This is with respect to the nutrition in ruminants, and we are done with this particular chapter. Now I will just give you a small introduction to the next chapter that we will be studying about, that is chemical reactions. Changes where only a change in appearance, size, shape, color, position, taste takes place are known as physical change. Not all, but many physical changes are reversible. Now, here physical change does not bring about a change in the internal structure. It just brings about the change in the physical appearance. Now, when I say change in the physical appearance, it simply means change in the size. It can be changed in the shape or color. Very simple example would be changing of ice into liquid. Over here, when you try to melt the ice, we see that it gets converted into liquid, and liquid further gets converted into gas. Now gas, we very well know, can be converted into liquid, and liquid can further be converted into solid or ice. So this is an example of reversible change, and here we don't find any change in the internal structure. There is only change in the physical appearance or states of matter. So this is a very good example for a physical change. Now we become taller. This is also physical change. There is no change in the internal structure or appearance also. These changes are physical change and they are irreversible, whereas melting of ice and liquid getting converted to gas, that was a reversible change, whereas this is not a reversible change, but still we categorize it under physical change. A substance undergoes a change in its internal structure to form a new substance. Such changes are known as chemical change. If there is a change in the structure to form a new substance, then it is known as chemical change. For example, burning of a paper. Now, when you start burning the paper, then you look at the chemical nature of it. It is entirely, totally different. Whereas another example would be rusting of iron. Okay, iron when exposed to moisture, we know that it undergoes rusting, or it forms a reddish brown substance known as rust. There is change in its internal structure. This is an example of a chemical change, and these changes are always irreversible. That means, suppose the iron has got rusted, we cannot get back the iron because reddish brown substance has been deposited. So this is an example of an irreversible change. Thank you.